Hello and welcome to the latest stream of F1 Mobile Racing. I'm Christina, this is Chris, and we're here to show you what's new in Update 3. Update 3, Chris, brings a lot of new, different, exciting things. Exciting for me, first of all, are helmets.
Yes. So let's jump straight into the shop. So we're really pleased in Update 3 to be able to bring all of the driver helmets from the 2018 FIA Formula 1 World Championship. So as you can see here, we've got a lovely selection here of all of the race helmets from all of the drivers from the season just gone. So yeah, you can pick up any of those in the shop. So we're really pleased to bring that to the game. I don't know if you've got a specific one in mind that you're a big fan of.
So Chris, I've actually been dabbling with the livery to match my favourite helmet. So my favourite driver is Fernando Alonso, who won't be in the 2019 season. So I think we should pick him. Okay. Because I love him. And I've also, so you can see I've selected him there. And if you go back to the flyby screen, you will be able to...
So that's why it looks like that, right? Okay.
Matching livery. So, yeah, here you go. Let's get the beauty shots in. So I've obviously selected the colours to match Fernando Alonso's helmet. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of Fernando, but he was actually my second choice. So Carlos Sainz's helmet from last season is actually my favourite of the whole kind of squad. But Fernando's a close second, so we'll run with that. And what I believe, Chris, is our plan is to bring the 2019 helmets to the game once we've got them ready to. Yeah,
so as part of our 2019 season update in the future, once the new season gets underway, we're looking to bring each of the brand new helmets from the new season into the game as well. So whilst we've got the 2018 ones now, we'll be able to bring even more into the game in the future. So that's really cool. But for now, yeah, there's some really good options in the shop in terms of driver helmets. And I think you've done rather a good job of matching up your car with Fernando's lid.
Seamless.
So it looks pretty nice. Yeah.
I would go, it's almost as good as McLaren's livery on the final race of last year.
Oh, where they put in the blue and the yellow.
They did, but not as well as that.
Yeah.
Maybe just
take
as well.
Take note, McLaren design team or design teams of the future. It'd be pretty cool to base whole liveries around driver lids.
I love it. So now we're off helmets, and we've got our helmet selected and our livery selected and tuned to match. The one big thing really with Update 3 is GP events.
Yep.
Now, we've spoken about them before previously on the blog and on our various social channels, but this is the first time we actually get to show it off. So Chris, let's dive into GP events and let's talk about what we're going to be offering players.
Sure, yeah, so here we are. This is the first look at GP events in F1 Mobile Racing. So GP events is a multi-stage limited time event for all players to take part in, and it's split over two different stages, qualifying and race. And it all takes place over the course of a weekend. So you begin with qualifying, where you have 3 sessions to beat an objective time and go as fast as possible to score points, beat the objectives, and qualify for the race stage, which takes place on Sunday.
Yep.
So yeah, qualifying is all about setting the fastest times, and as with real life qualifying, the quicker your times, the better chance you have of starting the race scenarios in a higher position.
Sure.
So that's really cool.
Before you dive into a race, because I know Chris absolutely nailed qualifying. I was watching him do it, and I was actually trying to distract him, and he did really well. I know that's not very useful or helpful of me, but I did. That's who I am. Sorry. Now, what's in it for the players? That's the main thing. What do we win if we're good? So
exclusive rewards are on offer to players for taking part and completing GP events. So let's jump into this little menu here. So this gives you a good idea of how the reward system works. So when you complete objectives, score points, you're ranked on a global leaderboard. And depending on how you rank on that leaderboard, that sort of dictates the rewards that you can win. So for example, if you are in the top third of scores on your leaderboard, you'll win the gold tier of rewards. So as you can see here, you would win 2,500 resource points, 63 F1 credits, 15 R&D cards, super swanky exclusive sticker to add to your car to show that you finished in the gold tier of that GP event, and a new livery for your car as well. So that's really cool. And as you can see, the lower down on the leaderboard that you finish, the fewer rewards that you win. So fewer currency or a different kind of sticker, or maybe no livery if you're in the bronze tier. So yeah.
That's cool though. It looks like there's something in there for everyone who completes the event. So if you're not very good, for example, if it's me, I would still walk away with a few bits and pieces, which is really cool because they are free to enter events, so it's just a really nice way of rewarding people who are diving into them.
Yeah, so we're going to jump into the first race session. So as you can see here, our target position is 10th. So in this
Easy.
3-lap session, we just need to finish 10th or higher, and we'll complete the objective and be able to move on to the next session. But as I said, it's only half the battle to finish that, to complete that objective. So one of the slogans that we've been using on the social channels for F1 mobile racing is race to perfection. So what that basically is trying to sort of suggest is that it's not just about beating the objective, because you're going up against players all over the world. Every sort of tenth of a second matters, because that's going to dictate where you rank on the leaderboard. So one of the cool things about GP events is that you get, I've gone in a bit deep there. Sorry, house guys. It's a bit difficult to talk and play at the same time, isn't it?
I'll talk a little bit about what's going on. Oh, this is a feisty one. This is.
Yeah.
But you're aiming for 10th and you're 12th at the minute, so you're not doing too well.
I think you're right. I think you got it right the first time, to be honest.
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Got a bit deep there. Apologies, ran out.
That's all right. Oof, that's it.
I don't blame him, to be honest. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm being a bit of a hazard. I don't really blame him. Yeah. So I was going to mention that one of the cool things is that you have, once you're taking part in a session, whether it be qualifying or race, you have an unlimited amount of attempts to better your time or your objective or your finishing position. Once you finish the 3 sessions, they are locked in. You're able to retry them if you spend a small amount of F1 credits. But whilst you're taking part, if you finish a session, for example, and you think, could have done a little bit better there, there's an option to retry, and you can jump in and try and set a better time. So that's sort of gives across the whole idea of race to perfection, give you a chance to really perfect your times. So
sure,
that's cool. Right.
So you're doing pretty well here, even though you've been talking the whole way through. You've got 2 green sectors, and you've just got 10th there.
Yeah. Right. Let's try and give ourselves a bit of an insurance policy and get up to 9th or 8th.
So the exciting thing is that usually with our duels it's normally only 1 lap, right? But this time you get 3 laps to make up the time. So you've got a little bit more time. So if you have a little bit of an instant on the first lap, as you may or may not have had, you do have a couple more laps to make up the difference. So let's shall I try being quiet for a bit and then seeing what you can do? Let's see what happens in this next. I'll start talking for the last lap when we're comfortable.
Yeah, no, I think what's really cool about the future of the GP events as well. So as I said, it takes place over the course of the weekend, and the race event doesn't open up until Sunday. In the future, once the new season, real world season, gets underway, the plan is to create GP events for players that align with the real world season. So, for example, once the Australian Grand Prix in March gets underway, from the Friday of that race weekend, the Australian GP event in F1 mobile racing will be open. So, and then on Sunday, the same day as race day in the real world, you can have a go at completing the GP event in Australia yourself. So, when you're watching F1, if you're like us in the UK, where you've got to get up stupidly early, and you're sort of you've got the kettle on to get a cup of coffee, and you've got to kill the time before the race starts. It's a really cool way to, scratch the itch between sessions. So we can't wait to be able to bring that experience to players. So, before the season gets underway, as you can see, this is on Silverstone. So when Update 3 arrives next week, everyone will be using Silverstone as the location for the first GP event. Afterwards, the next GP event will take place in Abu Dhabi, and the final scheduled GP event for now is in Suzuka, which is probably my favourite track of all. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I mean, that's a fan classic. I mean, all 3 of those tracks are really racy circuits, so it should mean that people have a lot of opportunity to overtake. And with a couple of those tracks, there's quite a lot of run-off area as well. So
yeah, I like your thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bit of that. Oh, I've got 1 too deep. Let's try and take it.
Right, your objective is still 10th and you're 8th, so you've
do
got this to lose, to be honest.
No pressure.
Let's see if you can you get Hulkenberg on the line? Probably not. I think he's probably got a little bit too much time on you there.
Well, we've got about half a lap here. I'll take him on into Maggots and Beckett's, see if maybe we can get him on the hand straight. But yeah, it's what's also worth mentioning as well. So the target objective in this first session was 10th, but if you complete that objective and move on to the next session, there's a good chance that the target objective will be higher, so 8th.
Okay.
So it gets more difficult every time to advance to the next section. There you go. A bit of DRS did the job.
About on the line, you've already done it.
Bit of DRS did the job. Now keep it together. Nice one.
Clinical.
Always find this left difficult. Get the braking spot right. Not too bad. And we're going to be okay here.
You're actually using tilt steering, so people can actually see when you're braking and accelerating and when you're not. So you're being very transparent with your inputs, which is nice.
Okay, so yeah, we finished 7th. So in this instance, we've completed the objective. Our time then gets added to our overall score.
Yep.
And once you complete all 3 sessions, let's see, that's where I ranked. That's how we got on.
Very cool. Yeah, decent.
So yeah, once you've completed all 3, you get ranked on the global leaderboard against all other players in that league all over the world. And then once the event concludes on Sunday night, coming into Monday morning, you'll be able to jump back into that tab and collect your rewards. So
great. I like that how Chris said we finished 7th. we did not. I did nothing.
Always
Chris
a team effort.
7th. Team effort. For the team.
The guys in the garage, talking about there's 500 people behind the scenes that get us out there on race day. So yeah, it's a team effort.
Awesome. So just quickly as well, update 3 is also going to bring a few kind of technical and graphical improvements as well, right? So obviously we've got a list here. Let's go through them because I know that we always like to improve our game with every update, but sometimes it's nice to elaborate on a little bit more information as to how we're doing that. So I think steering sensitivity has been a big one for our community. It looks like they're going to be issues that we're addressing. So we're making major improvements with kind of unresponsive steering, and then sensitivity for Android as well is being improved, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as Christina said, it's always a priority in every update, every patch to improve the experience. So as well as bringing in new modes and new features, our focus is fully set towards making improvements technically in the game to make sure that user experience is as good as it can be. So we've been tracking all the player feedback we receive on the App Store, Play Store, social channels, forum, everything. So we know that there's been issues with the likes of some players have experienced issues at the beginning of grid start races.
Right.
So we've addressed that. We're making major improvements in that area. So just looking down my list here. So instances of lost cut points during disconnections, we're totally aware of that and making really good strides in that area as well. Some people have been saying that they like to see improvements in the behaviour of AI as well.
Yeah, I mean, just from watching that race there, I think certainly the AI, their behaviour is a lot more as you would expect.
Absolutely, yeah.
I won't say predictable because who likes predictable racing, but certainly it seems to have been stepped up a notch in terms of how they act and react.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's been our priority from the start to make those improvements. We're really pleased to be able to bring those in update 3, which is scheduled for next week, and we're really interested to see what you guys think when you jump in and let us know what you think of the improvements made in the game. So
yeah, absolutely, that goes without saying. Any questions or thoughts, comments you have on update 3 when it goes live, or even before, we're always open to kind of having that dialogue with you. Chris is our wonderful mobile community manager. You can send him a message on any of the channels and we'll make sure that we endeavour to respond to you as quickly as possible about what you're asking. But Chris, congratulations on some excellent driving.
Thank you, and congratulations on one of the nicest F1 cars I've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't wait for Fernando to see this.
I'm wasted on stream. I should be in graphic design.
Yes, absolutely.
I know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Make sure you jump into the first GP event when it goes live. It will be Silverstone. It will be exciting. It will be just as exciting as that. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next stream.
Thanks. Bye.